Ladies and gentlemen, here's the lovely Kate Upton. Oh, Kate. Very exciting for me last night. You and I think there were 9 other lovely women who appear in the magazine.
Yes.
And then we announced the winner. Any idea? Did anybody tip you off that you were the winner?
No, I had no clue.
Yeah. And the other women in the you friends with all of them?
I am. You tried to cause a riot.
Oh, that was awful. Did you see what happened?
Thinking?
Were you watching last night? When we announced that Kate was the winner, they were all of the other women were in the green room. Yeah. And oh, here, take a look. It was so ugly. We had to look at that. We had to call.
I was helpless.
I know. Look at that.
Oh my God.
They turned over.
What was I supposed to do in that?
Bring in some guards from Central America. But anyway,
but all the
congratulations.
girls and I get along, and you know, I have friends for a long time. Actually, like Christine Teigen and I have been friends for 5 years. So
that's nice.
yeah,
everybody's very supportive because it's difficult in the world of supermodels, isn't it?
Oh yes, very difficult to make friends.
Where did you do your photos for Sports Illustrated?
I had 2 shoots. One was in Sydney, Australia, and the other was, thank you, on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, and why 2 locations?
2 different shoots. But I was actually really excited. 2 different shoots. They wanted me in 2 editorials. I don't know.
And were they both the beach kind of things?
They were. But I was really excited about the Gulf Coast shoot because I'm from Florida. And it was, you know, for the oil spill.
Right.
And
how are things now? I mean, we see these commercials saying everything's fine, but then they're sponsored by British Petroleum. And so British Petroleum wants you to think everything's fine, but you tell us, is everything fine?
I'm not sure because the funny thing is Apalachicola, where we shot, wasn't actually affected by the oil spill.
I see. Yeah. So you grew up down there?
In Melbourne, Florida.
Oh, look at this picture. Oh, my God, Kate. What are you going to do now that you've won the Sports Illustrated Championship thing here? Look at that. That was taken in, that's in Australia. Yeah.
Well, my family are big sports fanatics, so I've always wanted to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I'm just enjoying the moment, getting ready to go to Vegas to celebrate.
The big party. Now, do you, in a supermodel, will you eventually start to, do you want to act? Is that what you want to do?
I was in the Three Stooges with the Farley brothers. They were the directors, and it was so much fun. Oh, we have a photo.
Which one is you?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Which one is you? And you enjoyed acting then?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Because it's like professional sports when, you know, it's a glamour and excitement, but the lifespan, the earning potential of a professional athlete is sometimes limited, and the same is true with supermodels. So you would like to maybe turn more toward acting, is what you're saying?
Yeah. But I feel like I'm still young, so I have a few more years in my life. Don't cut me out so soon.
I haven't heard anything. No, everything's, as far as I know, everything's fine. But
you'll tell me first, of course.
Yeah, you'll hear it from me. I'll be the one.
Thank you.
I make the call to all of the supermodels, telling them when it's time to go. Well, this is exciting. Congratulations. It's a great pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you
Enjoy
so much.
your reign. It's Kate Upton, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with Mark Ronson. Our next guest is a Grammy Award-winning producer and musician whose new album is entitled Record Collection. Please welcome Mark Ronson and the Business International, ladies and gentlemen.
To do the show, 40K contract, take it out the door. Dice symbolize my life, roll 'em on the floor. From your grubby hands as you hammer grandstand, we live the bum V. Hotter than the book while we watch the TV. Think you got us fooled? Who never again? First time, shame on me. Second time, your time will end. Late night divisions, lab rat incisions, faced with decisions to fry a fricassee, and you clearly decided on how to handle me. Difficile, imbecile, it real? Are you dying in your feet? Are you trying in your sleep? There's a rumor going around about the suits running town. Looking to the side, dead birds flap high, high, high. You flap by numbers. You're lousy hours. Come on. I don't see the picture. Come on, come on. Over your shoulder. You'll get no last words because it's too late. Too late. You get your own way. Oh, oh, oh. We're never gonna believe in the stories that you're weaving. We believe it in each other. We believe it in the truth. We believe it in each other. Now you with the tall tales. So many tall tales. We climb the ladder. You're making us madder. So now we're there in arms. Got you in your charms. And for Chris and Barhead, got you dead. No way. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Mark Ronson. Hello, Mark. How are you? Very nice. Good gig. How you doing? Is that thing lit up? Whoa! Nice going. How are you? MNDR? Pleasure to see you. You must be Q-Tip. I'm Dave. Nice to have you with us. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Ronson in the Business International. Thank you, everybody. Good to have you here. That's it. Good night, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.
I got a fever and inflammation, that's what I got. You turn the heat on me, so I'm like it hot. Call out the engine, ring up the station, I am on the spot.
The Southwest Patty Melt with jalapenos, pepper jack cheese, and spicy Santa Fe sauce.
Love burns you up the most, like it or
The
not.
classic just got a whole lot hotter.
Baby, I like it hot.
The Southwest Patty Melt. New at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
We want to congratulate 10-time world surfing champion, Kelly Slater.
You know, I never set out to win 10 world titles. You know, there's nothing I'd rather do than surf. You know, when I was a kid, I was a lot louder, and I don't know, I didn't have the reservations I probably have now in front of people. I've kind of always liked performing in front of people, I guess, you know, like competition has always sort of provided that. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a comedian. The surfing's my stage, I guess, you know. I don't want to miss any good swells. That's been my goal, to put this tent away so I can just follow hurricanes and big storms and big swells and go surf perfection around the world. Chasing swells, I'm on an adrenaline high the whole time. If I know it's going to be big in the morning, I'll just be up till 1, 2, 3 in the morning, getting my boards together. And there's no feeling like that in the world for me. There's nothing that matches that. Sometimes I get that excited when the waves are 1 foot. I don't know, nothing beats when you're happy. Nothing's better than when you're happy. So for me, surfing when I'm happy is probably the best. I've always thought that surfing is a reflection of who you are. Your personality definitely comes out when you surf. To me, I want my surfing to be a mash of everything I've ever seen. So that's how I hope it is.
This little slice of paradise, it ain't easy to find trouble. She's practically undressing me with her eyes there. But there I was, like a moth to the flame.
Who is she?
She's one of those unfortunate girls who's turned on by the criminal types.
I don't know what you'd be interested in. I mean, I'm one of these poor, unfortunate criminal types.
What are you doing?
Turns out, I got a little more trouble than I bargained for.
Have you ever stolen any money?
That's a really bad idea.
What if I told you there was $200,000 lying around?
I think I'm gonna pass.
$200,000.
That's insulting. Do you think I'm that easy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe I am. Now maybe I'll end up a loser.
You think I don't know you're up to something?
I put a few of her partners in crime in jail.
But the way I see it, the problem is, wow, the stuff you say makes me kind of want to be around her.
You want to make out?
Easy. If you plan on winning it all
you have to do is walk in poor and walk out rich.
You gotta risk it all.
There goes that plan.
Now here, I have a bone to pick with you on this thing here. Let me just see if I can't find it. Okay, right here on the top, what does it say? Swimsuit issue.
Right.
Swimsuit issue? Swimsuit, 2013, swimsuit. Swimsuit. Maybe almost the biggest word on the magazine, right?
I think illustrated is bigger.
A little bit, yes. If you look closely and squint, you're probably right. All right, you open it up. Look at there, no swimsuit. No swimsuit.
That's a very good point.
No swimsuit.
But it's more appropriate because it's a scarf.
It doesn't say scarf issue. But what is that like when you, not only are you and a big crew, how many people on the crew?
I think there was about 9 people.
Mm-hmm. And there you are, standing there on ice, frozen, is it frozen tundra?
Yeah, so the worst part of the trip was actually changing. And I would stand there and they would just be holding blankets because there's nothing there. And around me, and I'd be like frozen because I'm naked,
right,
trying to change.
Yeah.
And I literally couldn't move my legs. So the editors would have to pick up my legs and put them into my next outfit.
Well, now there's a job.
It's complicated, yes.
There's 83 grand in it.
Jackson, what's the word?
Sorry, man. Straight flush to the jack.
It's one for the books. To the queen.
Queen.
You owe Tommy Coleman $65,000.
You have a solution?
I do.
I want your girlfriend for the weekend. I'll be a perfect chick.
You brought me to Las Vegas and you turned me into a whore, Jack!
Jack Singer.
He's taking me to Hawaii.
Just lost his bride-to-be.
I've got a major problem. My fiance was kidnapped and taken to Hawaii. I've got to get there now. No, is it kapa-ah-ah or kapa-ah-ah-ah?
I'm all shook up. Now, winning her back.
I want to marry you, like tomorrow.
Will take everything he's got.
Him, your girlfriend, both went back Vegas. Gonna get married. Well, that's just so wonderful to hear.
One bride. Two grooms.
When you stay the hell away from me, you give me the $65,000.
Anybody going to Vegas?
You've done this before, son? And 34 flying Elvises.
Elvises, give up,
Honeymoon in Vegas is screamingly funny. James Caan, Nicolas Cage, Sarah Jessica Parker. Honeymoon in Vegas.
There are over 358 million trillion gallons of water on Earth. But not all water is created equal. Only 1/1000,000,000% is filtered naturally beneath the Earth, with a distinct balance of minerals, and emerges crisp and refreshing enough to be called Zephyr Hills. Zephyr Hills 100% natural spring water, born better.
"25 miles north of Honolulu, Hawaii is the epicenter of surfing, known globally and simply as the North Shore.
From Haleiwa to V-Land is about 8 miles, I think, from like point to point, A to B. And out of the 8 miles, every single surf spot you've ever heard of as far as Hawaii is concerned, Pipeline, Sunset, V-Land, Rockies, Eaukai, Haleiwa, Laniakea, all these, anything you've ever heard of, it doesn't travel any further than Haleiwa to V-Land. And it's pretty crazy because the summer times here, it turns off. There's no waves. It's completely flat. There's not a single wave. It's just a little town, you know, no surf, and there's no one here, and it's just quiet.
No voices raised, no pulses, nor surf pounding. Just tranquility. Until the winter offshore winds hit and the silence is revealed for what it really is. Just a lull before the storm. For 50 years, the surfing world has come. To admire, to enjoy, to capture the wave.
December is just, it's radical. Just with all the cameras and guys trying to get work done, you know, both in and out of the water. It's really intense.
There's no break more famous than the Banzai Pipeline. Drawing tourists, transfixing locals, inspiring both. Pipe is a dream and a drama. Brave the water ledge and the vertical drop, and find peace in the fury.
A world tour gives you a good measure on who is number one because it's based over a dozen events in all kinds of different surfing landscapes. And that's why, you know, the Dream Tour is all about, you know, going to the best locations at the optimum time of year with waiting periods and trying to pick the eyes out of the absolute best days to maximise the potential. There's reef breaks and point breaks and beach breaks and big waves and small waves. So it's not really the endless summer, it's the endless fall or winter. We follow the surf seasons.
Well, the judges are looking for those big, powerful, explosive maneuvers.
Attention surfers, 18 minutes remaining in this heat.
Watch blue. I've been riding blue.
It has to be such a difficult job being an ASP judge on this championship tour because every turn, every wave requires a consistent and subjective scoring opinion. The bottom line, the best surfer needs to advance to the next round.
That's the 5 minute, guys. 5 minutes remaining.
Guys, you don't need a 6-6-8 to win second. You have priority.
This is the Boost Mobile Pro presented by Hurley here at Lower Trestle, San Clemente, California. It is stop number 7 on the Foster's ASP Men's World Tour.
Big day at the office.
45 professional men pursue the world title in a tour that fills 10 months a year and visits 5 different continents. Every point gained figures into the total amassed along the way. The pressure never lets up on mind or body. A state of constant readiness is required as surf conditions constantly change. And on this tour, the athletes always walk the same beach as the loyal following.
Here we go, 30-minute heat. Surfers can catch 15 waves, best 2 will count.
I think that there's a lot of freakishness in surfing. We're not a stadium sport. You can't say, look, at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, like the Wimbledon final, we're going to have a surf contest, because often at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the surf's less than desirable.
The ocean doesn't deliver. More times than not, it doesn't, you know, and it plays on your mind so much.
I think it's mentally, the tour is harder than it is physically. I mean, physically, obviously, you gotta be in shape for these big waves to surf these events. However, mentally, some guys just can't hack to traveling. They can't keep their brain focused. They can't, you know, they can't stay focused for 9 days without surfing an event. Other guys are just on point and just go.
The 7-time world champion, wearing blue. Sean Cansdell, last score comes in at an 8.0. Kelly Slater now goes on the offensive. Slater needs an ominous score of a 6.66.
The judges work on a 10-point scale, looking for a variety of innovative maneuvers in the critical section of a wave, executed with speed, power, and flow.
Scores coming through. Kelly Slater, 7.93. You retake the lead and you advance into the next round.
In a system similar to that used in tennis, the competitors at every event are seeded based on their current ranking. Here at the only North American stop, the top seeds are all advancing through the draw, including former champions Slater and Irons, along with Parkinson and fellow Aussie Taj Burrow.
Everyone is so good nowadays. The surfing level has gone so high. To be able to call yourself world champion is just a dream come true. It's something that since you're a little kid you've always wanted to do. You've always heard about, you know, you remember all the Tom Kern and Tom Carroll and all those guys when you were little kids, and lately it's been Andy and Kelly.
That's why you want one so bad. They're not easy. They're really hard to get. And I think Kelly could tell you whether he has 7 of them or 1 of them. They're really hard to get, you know, and Andy could tell you too.
In red, Andy Irons from the island of Kauai. Andy is currently number 3 in the world rankings. He surfs all out, all the time, 110%. An in-form looking Andy Irons, great opening ride. This is wave number 2 for Andy Irons. And some beautiful turns. Blows the tail out and goes down. Irons again on a fairly solid left. Cracks it off the top. Incredible backhand floater. Lands just a bit off balance and goes down. 3-time world champion Andy Irons is eliminated in round number 4. Our first major casualty of the Boost Mobile Pro.
When I lose, I'm usually bummed. How does anyone take a loss?
Your job somewhere else. Go film the winner.
Well, titles, you know, it's important. It's what I'm there for. You know, I'm on the tour. I want to win just like everyone else does. You know, just because I've won a few before makes it a little easier to take, you know, defeat, but it still hurts.
So here we go, 2004 event champion Joel Parkinson in red versus the defending event champion Kelly Slater in the blue singlet. The wind is picking up slightly out of the west. Now up and riding on his first wave, it's Kelly Slater. On his backhand, cracks it off the top. And another near vertical hit. He keeps up his board speed and then hits the closeout. Meanwhile, out the back, Parkinson with priority. Double pump bottom turn, redirects to the top, and busts the tails free. And one more vertical hit. Now the wave goes soft, trying to maintain his board speed and stay with this wave. Parko annihilates this wave, and no doubt, will replace his low score. Now it's Slater's turn. He drops in on this wave, generates some speed, and a huge slash off the top. Absolutely beautiful. Another committed bottom turn. Goes up vertical again. Kelly Slater tearing this wave apart like he's free surfing back home in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Scores for Slater. Wave number 2, 8.0. Mid-size wave, solid score. Parco, you need an 8.56 to move into first. Joel Parkinson with an insane off the lip move, incredible balance, but can't get around the next section in these conditions. In what easily could have been a final, the results are official. Kelly Slater moves on to the semifinals.
Losing the shit ones. I just wanted to beat him.
A win here is worth 1,200 rating points and $30,000. Slater would win his semi and move on to the final, while the current world number 2 Taj Burrow is eliminated. And so Slater will remain the overall points leader, using a strategy that worked for another 7-time champion, Lance Armstrong.
These last 2 years I've been hugely inspired by Lance because I saw how he would win stages that he needed to win, but he would always just stay ahead of the guy next to him, you know, and he knew where whoever was the biggest threat in that terrain, whoever's the strongest threat overall, he'd make sure he was just ahead of them. He didn't care if he's the 100th guy in the field, as long as the other guy's 101. Over the course of a whole tournament,
Let's hear it for our 2000.
You have to be aware of a lot of small things.
Global Pro Champion, Pete Durbich.
To have Bede come through, and if somebody's going to beat me, I mean, Bede's like the perfect guy. Looking forward. Now we got France on next week, which is a contest I love. I've typically had good results there. Mundaka, I've had I've had some good luck there as well. I won the event in 03, and it's a good time.
Kelly is many things to the sport. He's more than just a champion surfer. He is the Michael Jordan of surfing, and he deserves the cover of Sports Illustrated. More than anything, he's been the best role model the sport's ever had.
It's really how you take it. I mean, all these people are really supportive, and it gets a little, I don't know, I just want to relax, but this isn't the environment to really relax in.
Can you make it positive?
Yeah, it's positive. If I kind of, I don't know, sometimes if I just deny it and I try to get away from it, it's bad, and then people get upset. But when I just talk to people and hang out, it's fun, We'll see how I feel right now.
Those that aspire to the heights that Kelly's reached,
film them.
Really they have to aim high, and they have to aim straight. I think during the 90s that Kelly was really like an island. He was like an island of excellence out there that no one could touch. When he went into semi-retirement, a lot of guys like, Mick Fanning came along, Joel Parkinson came along, Andy Irons appeared. And when he returned, I mean, it really created a new plateau.
Kelly Mania is always in force in France, as it is here in the town of Hossegor on the western coast, where the tour makes its 8th stop.
Here we go, pulling into a nice little tube ride. Kelly Slater tucking under the curtain, racing down the line. Big floating maneuver there from Robert Kelly Slater.
Slater loses in the semi to Mick Fanning, and Andy Irons cannot get past Joel Parkinson. And so the final will be a matchup of the 2 surfers who have performed the best throughout this event. It's a clash of the Cooley kids, Joel Parkinson and Mick Fanning. whatever the outcome of this final, Slater, who shares an equal third with Irons here in France, will have lost some ground in the overall point standings, while Fanning and Parko each make an emphatic point moving up.
Joel Parkinson pulling into the tube, Shmoo, comes flying out of that one. Double tube ride for Joel Parkinson, and comes on the inside, punts a little area, and pulls that one off. Hello, what did I just say? Kelly Slater and Andy Irons are sitting back going, geez, we've dominated the sport for the last 10 years. Has the tide turned? Is there a changing of the guard? And if there is, this man right here, is leading that charge. Nice little cover up, a series of beautiful moves. Parko bash all the way to the inside. Here we go, paddling and up and riding. Joel Parkinson pulling into a deep pit. Racing. He comes out of that one. Joel Parkinson, big, huge floater, comes around the section.
Solidifying to everyone that he is a true blue world title contender. This kid, it's not a matter of question of if, it's a question
of when.
With the win, Parko is now world number 4. Slater remains number 1, and the math reveals that he can clinch the title here in Europe.
The 9th stop on the World Championship Tour is coming to a head here at Mundaka as 5 surfers are heading into world title contention. Currently, Kelly Slater is leading the pack, but Taj Burrow, Andy Irons, Joel Parkinson, and Mick Fanning are nipping at his heels.
Pulling in long backside tube here for Joel Parkinson and opening the heat in excellent form here. Joel rocketing down the line, maybe the first surfer to make it from all the way up the back right through the inside section.
Yes, he is.
Oh man, you wouldn't want to start a heat better than that. Catch me if you can, guys. This is the form you're going to need to win. And bam,
the best way with this.
That's right. He's blitzing down the line on this one, still going hard toward the finish here.
I've always had the hunger. I just, once before I was in this position with Andy a few years ago here at Mundaka, and I always wanted to say the same thing. I mean, there's nothing I can do. All I can do is win.
To gain ground on Kelly, which is a hard guy to gain ground on, I've got to win events. I've got to win this and I've got to win the next 2. I don't know if it's that extreme, but that's what I'm thinking. I've got to win next 3 events.
It's cool. I'm glad I'm the other guy, that takes him on or whatever. And I'm glad to say, I beat him 3 times. And this year's, I don't think, it'd take a miracle, really.
I guess, as bad as this is to say, and I should I guess, proves what I think. I sit there and I watch Kelly and I hope that he loses and I just cheer for the other and I just go, I won't do it in front of a lot of people or anything. I'll sit there with the boys and I'll be like, as much as it sounds bad, and I feel sorry that I have to say that. Kelly's a great guy and everything.
People are trying to rip each other's throats out in the water to get, just clawing up the ratings, and then on land, everyone's best friends. It's just amazing, really,
Mundaka, in the Basque region of northern Spain, is home to a very finicky wave. The spot is susceptible to severe tidal changes that upset the competition's flow. And given the possibility that Slater could secure the title here, the field is feeling added pressure at this unpredictable place.
This contest right now is taking a long time, so I'm just trying to kind of go with the flow here, and it's kind of hard because it's you're surfing once and then you surf your next heat a week later. It's kind of hard to keep momentum, so I'm just trying to pretty much just get in some kind of rhythm.
Aware of the swell hitting better back in France, Slater drives 185 kilometers north. For inner peace is the surest path to an 8th title.
You can study the waves and stuff all you want, but at the end of the day, if your mind's not in the right place, if your head's not in the right place, you can't go out and do the job,
would have driven 6 hours for this surf. Maybe. I think any of us would be lying if we said we didn't have the little voodoo doll out from time to time. And, you know, just like, I wouldn't get mad at Joel saying that at all, you know, because we all have that secretly inside, like, oh, you know, he might lose his heat, you know, but you know, what that really does is alleviate the pressure from each of us. And kind of, I think the great thing in sports is when that pressure's on and the battle's happening, and you know, there's a really close competitive thing between people, and you know, then we're each pushed to the brink of what we can do, and you know, that's what sporting achievements are all about.
The uncooperative ocean forces the tour's move to Baguio, Spain. Slater looks ready to go several rounds to defend his belt. His challengers still have a puncher's chance, but one will be knocked out as Parko and Mick meet in the quarters.
Right now I got probably the hardest heat, I think, I'm going to get. If I went and made the final, you know, they're probably bigger names, you know, to go, but just on an emotion level and what happened last week and stuff like that, this is probably the biggest heat for both of us in the event so far, and probably will be. Nick again.
It's all about number 4 and number 5 right now. Joel Parkinson in red, former world number 2, up against last year's number 3, Mick Fanning. And, ooh, Fanning has lit the fire.
Oh, nice big blast on that first turn, kind of releasing his tail.
Mick, into the 768. You can tell he's gutted to have lost last week in France. These guys are the best of friends on land, but man, once they're out in the water, the gloves are off. Whoever loses this heat is effectively out of the world title race, so this is huge, especially when you know that these guys are best friends. It's not like Kelly Slater, Andy Irons rivalry. Like, these guys are bros on land. They're always hanging. 35 seconds remaining.
Just as they had for years as Groms, the mates meet on the beach. This time, Parko is the victor. He'll now watch the next 3 quarters. Slater is focused and informed. He easily advances, keeping an unprecedented 8th crown a possibility. He and Parko will square off in the semis, with the bottom half of the draw still to be determined.
In quarterfinal number 3, Andy Irons, Bobby Martinez. 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here for Andy Irons. Pressure is on our former 3-time world champion from Kauai.
Down to finish 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Andy is out of the race for the 2006 world title, and it will become a 3-man race.
Darkness sets in as reality hits Andy Irons. Emotions in check, he makes a quick escape. There's just a quarterfinal, the semis, and a final remaining. It will be Parkinson and Burrow fighting Slater in his title defense.
After a day's surf at Baguio, the conditions allow us to come back to Mundaka, and with Andy Irons and Mick Fanning out of the world title race, can Kelly Slater hold off Taj Burrow and Joel Parkinson?
See, today's a big day. So have been in that position before, but you know, suspense anxiety is kind of the worst thing. You know, it's like you just want to get out there and do it, and I'm sure it's the same for those guys, for Joel and Taj.
You know, for purposes and for world title races and stuff, it's definitely a big thing. You know, from my point of view, whatever, you know, I can only win. I'm sure Kelly must have a lot on his plate too, so I'd hate to be in his position. That's what I mean. I'd much rather be in mine.
building blocks and watching Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
There's this movie called Coach Carter. It says something to the effect like sometimes things fall in your lap, and sometimes you got to go out there and you got to take what's yours. I watched that movie last year on a plane about midway through the year. I think it was in June. I was on a plane flying from Australia. I was with Bruce Raymond from Quicksilver. He sort of looked at me when that line happened, and he saw my whole body change. Like, whoa! And it was it was one of those moments you realize something fully inspired you, and that was one of my favorite movies ever. After just that line, I just thought that's such a great line, and people in life have to feel that way. We all have to feel that way. Like, this is mine. I gotta go grab this and take my opportunity. And that's my approach to today.
Parko and Slater must wait through the fourth quarter final.
Taj needing a 6.68. Just a reminder, everyone, in the world title race, if Taj does go out here in the quarters, he could mathematically still have a shot at the title, but Joe Parkinson has to beat Kelly Slater in semifinal number 1 for that to happen.
Burrow tries to make the most of the fair ocean conditions. But by his heat's end, he knows number 2 is the best he can finish.
Please get ready. Joel Parkinson, Kelly Slater.
Basically, if Kelly wins this heat, it's over. 8-time world champ.
Slater is 2-0 against Parko this year.
And there's Joel Parkinson opening his account with a big vicious off the top and a big pop vertical. Joel Parkinson instantly putting the pressure on the 7-time world champion. Once again, Joel Parkinson has to beat Kelly in this heat and win the final to keep his hopes alive.
This title, if it happens, is important because I didn't set out trying to win the title this year. I honestly didn't think I was going to do the tour this year. I surfed the first one and I won it, and I went, well, maybe I'll do the next one. But, it's kind of how I approached it all year, and I don't really want to change that. Somehow it's been a formula for success this year, and I'm going to roll with it until the end.
Wow, Kelly's looking in really, really good form at the moment. Just snapping that wave to pieces, just hacking it. This wave looks like a semi-average wave, but nonetheless, just really ripping it for all it's worth. Well, that was a nice opening snap on this wave. As you can see, Joel Parkins pumped down line. You could expect something huge. Here's Kelly Slater off the back with just a minute remaining in this heat. A big snap off the top. Vicious surfing from Kelly Slater. Big hacks on the open face. His approach on this wave was absolutely mind-boggling how he snapped those first 2 turns. And wave selection absolutely key. As we've seen, Kelly has managed to pick off the only waves out here that have let him surf it all the way through the inside.
All right, everybody, right here, let's hear it for your world champion, right here.
Our job's done here.
2 fists together form a figure 8, reflecting an off-the-charts achievement.
Let's call Mom.
Call Mom.
That may never be matched. Kelly Slater is the most dominant athlete in the history of the sport.
Madre, yeah? Mom, congratulations. She screamed congratulations. She said that my brothers and one of my best friends are going out to seek glory in Cocoa Beach.
kudos come in from across the globe.
Let's see. Well done, Drew. All time, have a jaw.
A testament to the scope of his impact.
Frickin' well done. Excellent surfing. Cheers, Dino. Mickey, very stoked for you. I can't say the rest.
Does 8 mean anything yet?
Not yet.
Kelly would lose in the final, but the overall mission was already accomplished.
Congratulations. Yeah, well done, man. No, I was just walked up. I didn't want to shoot.
It's less than 100 points here.
Joel analyzes his current ranking with 2 events left in the season.
He dropped a 33rd.
Kelly's number 8. Fantastic. We hope he's going to come back again next year, but we'll have to wait and see. So, here we go.
Will 8 be enough for Kelly Slater? A similar question has been confronted by all-time greats across the sporting landscape.
If you're Jordan, if you're Lance Armstrong, or Schumacher or whatever, I think all athletes want to go out at their top. At the same time, no one wants to go out when they're at their peak. If you're at peak, obviously you can maintain pretty much that level for a while. So it's hard to say you want to go out like really on top, because you don't want to drop off the ladder. No way. You got to get out of there before then. You got to be able to walk away with your head up and have your pride and stuff. But you also want to be able to use all of your ability, or the best of your abilities. I think that's important as an athlete.
That's great.
It just keeps evolving to, sharing waves with people and, sharing it with someone who hasn't surfed before. Watching someone ride their first wave and see that excitement. It's the balancing point, It makes you feel like you didn't waste your day if you just jump in the ocean.